You want to take your game to the next level, you want to be a world champion, take the fighter training stack. Victor Conte's fighter training stack has brought me to the next level. Everything that I take on a daily basis, the fighter training stack is the best thing out right now. Devin Haney, I'm Snack Strong. Get it now, right now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV here in Los Angeles, being joined with the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire, who gives me a lot of motivation because seeing you at 39, achieving the things that you're doing, it pumps me up to say, like, hey, I could still go and do things. Nonito, how are you physically, mentally coming into this title defense?
Well, we started off with mental fortitude, like I mentioned earlier. We got to be mentally strong so that our body falls in line, you know, with what we believe we are, you know, and that's the power. Is when what we believe we are is who we become. And I believe I'm the champion. I believe I'm the undisputed champion of the world, and that's how I'm going to go inside the ring.
How has your approach to just boxing in general changed over the years compared to maybe 10 years ago or 5 years ago to now?
I think I let go of a lot of my egos, you know, and that's why my wife is in my corner, because she's very smart in looking at fights, and then now I can look into it and kind of change my style or improve my style, because now I'm listening. You know, there ain't no pride about anything else. It's just getting better, you know, and this is why you're seeing different performance over and over, is because, you know, I keep myself ready, mentally prepared, and constantly studying to get better.
Yeah, I think that like, as a boxing fan, you're not used to seeing like a husband and wife couple in the corner, and you've made that decision. That kind of takes people aback. Talk to me a little bit more about that decision, and is there, like, are you guys able to separate like your personal relationship and business relationship in the ring?
100%. I mean, you know, when boxing comes first, when we are fighting, you know, or when we're in training camp. So sometimes in the middle of the night, we just get up and I'm like, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? You know. So I think that's the biggest advantage for me, is because I recognize her voice, but and what I do is I already know when she says something. I already know, because we converse about it all the time. We have a conversation about it. But it started from a very long time ago, where she was very good at what strategy to come up with. I just never listened, you know, because I was just like, you don't know nothing about boxing, you know. And then it came after fight that when I needed a question or I needed something, I don't look into my corner, but I try to find her in the audience. Just like, what did we work on? Tell me, you know. So that from that point on, after the pandemic, when we shut down everything, we came to realize that she was really good at what she does, you know, and this is why she was in my corner with Obali in this one as well.
What do you make of like the response in the beginning to that? Because obviously you even said like, hey, what do you know about boxing? But you've seen over time that she does know a lot about it. But what do you make of the response, like from fans or others, a part of your team or your family incorporating her in the team, well, or in the corner?
I failed to, you know, I was prejudiced in that sense, because just because she's a woman and just because she didn't have that expertise, you know, I never gave her a chance until when I needed to look into our game plan that she knows. I had to look towards her. And then when we were working during the pandemic, I just kind of realized that how good she was at it. And that's why I was great in my performance in the last fight, and it's going to be better this time as well, because we connect in that level.
If there's one voice I guess you're gonna listen to, if it's like an angry voice, it's gonna be your wife.
Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna beat your butt if you don't, you know, yeah. or what she said.
You're not gonna get any if you don't.
That too, but she would say this: if I don't listen, slippers are gonna be flying all over the place. So we don't want that.
I saw your dad around here now. Excuse me if I'm incorrect, but is he still a part of the training, the core training team, or what's his role at this point?
Right now, he is the cut man, you know, and of course he's doing the mitts with me well, you know, because we've done it from the very beginning. So he's an important part of all of this.
Now, in terms of how your body's feeling, like how is it now compared to maybe a few years ago, with like recovery and with how you do approach your training sessions and get ready for a fight?
I think I'm great, because you know, my body feels great because of the fact that I keep myself healthy throughout, you know, and at the same time I'm training constantly, even if I'm fighting or not. So I feel great, I feel good, I feel very youthful. I'm sparring all these young kids, and I'm keeping up with them.
What do you think makes the difference? Because even now when I train, like I feel it. Like my joints are sore. Like fatigue sets in. Like I can go like in spurts, but not in those spurts as long as like I used to. Like in terms of like my training.
That's the thing is you gotta figure out an approach for your body to have the potential of training, right? And the food to perform at the very best. So it all comes down to eating healthy, and finding a routine or a workout that is good for you, that works for you. Because sometimes when you're 20 and now you're 40, it doesn't work. You know, so you got to figure out that way and accept that your body functions this way. And during that time is when you learn that this workout is better for me.
You're fighting Reymart Gaballo, a guy that looked up to you, being in that position, and you look at his style. You think stylistically this plays to your style, your counter-punching ability? Because he's a guy that comes forward and is aggressive. And when watching his past fights, I saw like, hey, there's little windows there where you could catch him with things coming in.
I think it's tailor-made for me because of the fact that the opening and the advantage, you know, of his punches, you know, he's raw. He's a raw kid with he hasn't paid for the lack of mistakes that the mistakes that he's done throughout the years, and with me he'll pay for it because I just know it. I just know and see it.
You know, this arena is, I don't know, I feel like you've had so much of your career played out at this arena, but the one thing that I know with you is that regardless of how the fight's going, you're always in it because of your hook. Like your left hook has never failed you. It's always been your money punch.
You know, I got a lot of power in both hands, but that's something that I just have timing on. Yeah, I don't know. It just does it on its own. So that's I'm grateful for that. But I'm always in the game because of the fact that I have power to take guys out on both hands.
The goal you've stated now is to become undisputed. Is that what's driving you in this like last part of your career?
100%. After the Inoue fight, I felt that I could beat this guy. And so, but I got to go back to what I did before, back to the drawing board, back to strategy, back to everything else. So that's what's inspired me to keep going.
I want to see that rematch between you and Inoue, but also Casamero's there, and I know there's been a lot of back and forth. Do you feel that one's more likely to happen next, or you think after this you're going into the Inoue fight?
It doesn't matter to me. It's more of what Richard thinks is easier for him to do. So, you know.
All right. Hey, Nonito, as always, thank you so much. It's great seeing you. It's been great covering your journey as well and seeing you reach this type of like second success this time around. Here with the ageless wonder, Nonito Donaire, Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.